it dumped about, I don't know actually how much snow we got, but I suck at like guessing measurements. I would supposedly guess like maybe 5 to 7 inches in some spots. So, anyways, I'm going to go and shovel my walkway. And I wanted to come on and say hello because I have something to share with you. I know lots of you guys are have small businesses, whether it's a business that you have that you make things, or if it is a direct sales business, or it is whatever it is for you. Okay. Hold on, I'm live. It's actually one of you. All right. That's so funny. It's one of you texting me. So I'm live. Anyways, so now she'll probably hop on. Anyway, okay. So I wanted to share something with you because I think it'll be really helpful if you have a business of any kind. So one of the really inevitable things that happens when you own a business is you are going to have clients, customers, people, whatever they are for you. They are going to create sometimes a headache for you. That is just the underlying issue with having a business. You cannot get away from it. Okay. And so I'm going to share with you what my 2Bs are. Okay. And this has been incredibly helpful for me when I started my business and I was doing coaching sessions and doing my energy healing sessions. So initially, when you have a client booked and they don't show up, if you don't work your way through this, or even if you're in a direct sales business, same thing happens when you have someone no show for a booking, or they stand you up for a party, or they blow you off or ghost you, whatever you want to say. Okay. So here's a couple of things. So my first one is boundaries. You have to set some really good boundaries for yourself. So I have a specific set of boundaries that when I know that I have a client that is supposed to be starting a session at, on the hour, I have a specific set of boundaries. So my boundary is a 10-minute boundary. If I don't hear from you and I can't connect with you within 10 minutes of when your session is supposed to start, and this is a virtual session, so it's phone call or a video call or a messenger, if I can't connect with you and get you to respond back to me on Messenger or text message or an email or whatever, then 10 minutes is my limit. And my other boundary is if you're doing an in-person session here at house, I give you a little extra time because I actually live out in the country. So it's more going to be like 15 minutes. And then I get it. Like if you show up, really, I'm not going to be like, you have to go away. So my boundaries are a little more flexible with in-person sessions, but definitely with my virtual sessions, I have a real strict 10 minutes. And this allows me to not be affected if someone does what I call a no-show for a session. It allows me to continue my night or my day without being upset or carrying it into my next session, right? My next client doesn't want me to start with them with the frustration of my first client. Like nobody wants to get on here with me and have me be like, let me tell you what my other client did. They didn't show up, right? No, nobody wants to hear that. So we get rid of it. We clear it out. So the number one is respect yourself, set up a boundary. And this applies to anything. If you guys are like, why are you wearing a coat? I need to go out and shovel snow. And I decided to hop on here quick. So the second one of my B's is not bachacha. It is having a backup. Okay. So anytime my session doesn't show up or whatever is going on, I have a backup of exactly what I'm going to do. So it might be making an update to my website. It might be making a short little YouTube video. It might be contacting a client or typing up session notes that I'm behind on. But I have a really big list of the things that I need to do so that I don't just give away that time. So if you're in direct sales and maybe you had scheduled an appointment with someone and they blew you off, if that appointment would have taken 30 minutes, then you use those 30 minutes to still do something to build your business. Use those 30 minutes to do something to build yourself. Use those 30 minutes to do something for, and it doesn't even matter what it is, just make it a amount of that amount of time I'm looking for the word. Do something on purpose. That's what I'm trying to say. So if I have a client, if you have a direct sales client not show up for a phone call and say it was scheduled for 30 minutes and now they don't show up, don't just sit around and ho humbug around on Facebook and or Instagram or whatever it is you're doing. I want you to use those 30 minutes to do something specific. Do something specific so that you make sure, I just realized that I'm not on my right page. Make sure that you do something with that time that is going to be valuable to you. Okay. That way, when people do this, because it's going to happen, then you're not affected by it. It doesn't bring you down. It doesn't create chaos for you. It doesn't put you into a bad mood. It doesn't rip you apart. It doesn't take away from the productivity and the will and the drive that you have for your own business. And so try those two things, boundaries and always have a backup. That way you're respecting yourself and you have something to fall back on. So you never feel like that time was wasted, and it helps you to not project on other people. Because ultimately things happen, right? Do you really want to lose a booking with a host? Do you really want to lose a client? Do you really want to whatever just because they had something happen or they forgot their session, their schedule, their party? No. So, I like to say, don't burn your bridge while you're standing on it, unless you're doing that on purpose. Then I'm totally for it. All right, guys. So I'm going to go out and shovel some snow. I hope you have a great rest of your Friday night.